Welcome to the nest, guys and gals. Thanks for joining this adventure. My name is Skyrider, also known as Jeff. If you like what you see, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content. Now, today we're back at it with Valheim. Our first episode was us playing with our little house here, kind of roaming around, figuring out where the first boss is. Eikthyr, a little bit to the north of us, not too bad. Our original spawn is here, flew in over our black forest over there. I think today is going to be mostly roaming around, finding a little bit more items to kind of build up our house a bit better and get ready for our first boss. So let's do just that. Probably going to eat a little bit of food here. Anything that we can actually store. I think we should probably store this wood because it is on the heavier side. To be able to go back and forth really quickly, just pick the items. If you hold control, you can just click it. If you hold shift, you can split it. Or if you just left click, you can pick up the entire stack. It's entirely dependent on how you guys want to do that. I personally prefer just control clicking because I have certain items that I want in my inventory and certain items that I do not. For example, I don't need the seeds right now. We haven't gotten our cultivator yet, so we aren't able to actually grow anything. So I'll throw all the wood that we have in there. That reduces our inventory's like weight by so much because wood is so heavy. I think every stack is 100 pounds. So we can only carry 3 stacks. All right. So now that we have that, there's a couple things we want to go collecting and finding. Personally, I want to kill a bunch of boar. Once I kill a bunch of boar, I can then start killing a bunch of deer. The deer heads are what we're going to need to be able to actually summon Eikthyr. I also recommend, whenever you see them, definitely pick up these raspberries. I wouldn't destroy the bushes though. Bushes do not grow back as far as I remember. They might have changed that in updates. I don't look at the update logs too closely. I like discovering things on my own. Oh yeah, these things, can't climb up. These little like ruined and broken down huts, you can always find random items. I always like picking them up, especially if they're arrows, because exactly, new flint head arrow. Flint head is a little bit better than our just regular old wooden arrow. I also don't mind being out after dark. Doesn't really mess with me. I think at nighttime the little goblin boys are a little bit faster. Ooh, this is an amazing thing to find. This is a bee nest. I am not going to test with this because I will indefinitely die right away. What they do is they stab you and poison you. That poison lasts a while and it takes down your health. So even if you survive on like 10 HP against these guys, because they will fight back, that poison's going to get you pretty quickly. So it's good to know that we actually have a bee nest right there. I might actually mark that. Let's just mark it with one of these. Oh, is it double click? Yeah. Bee nest. There we go. So that's there at the very least. I also really enjoy how the game's skybox. You got that big old tree. That tree is most likely, if I remember how to pronounce it, I'm probably going to butcher it, Yggdrasil. It is the world tree for Norse mythology. Really well done. I also loved little bits of information that, like myth and lore, that is in this game. Uh, I personally really enjoy. There's a little guy that pops up every once in a while and stares at you from a distance. And I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that it is Odin watching over you, which I think is pretty fantastic. It's just a character that pops up randomly in different locations, usually in the evenings, kind of like a hooded figure with one eye. Screw you, Mr. Boar. Come on. I don't want meat, I want scraps. Yeah, I need 8 scraps, I think. When I get 8 scraps, I can then make a bow, and then I can start killing off some deer. Bow hunting's not my strongest skill, especially with this game. I think the drop off is a little strange. It's not like your typical nowadays shooter where it's just you point and you shoot and it perfectly hits. This one's actually got some drop to it, which I personally both love and hate, just because you actually have to take into account that gravity and that pull of that arrow, which is a great mechanic, but it can be super frustrating when you're like, oh, perfect shot gets missed by a little bit. Oh, we got a headstone over here. These are actually dotted around the world as well for that myth and lore and stories, and I always love reading these. Starts off in the runes there. Pause, traveler, you are welcome to the last and most lawless of the 10 worlds. In Valheim, the air is pure, the water deep and clear, and the forests overflowing with bounty. Here is adventure, joy, and glory for the taking. Do you like that? All right. Oh, I feel cold. That'll actually be solved once we get a bunch of fur, like our deer skin, because I'll actually be able to. What is this? Oh, I should probably turn on my torch, shouldn't I? Oh, it's a little baby. What's it called? Little place where you can farm chickens. Probably a chicken coop. It's where this used to be. Okay. Well, if there's one little area, there's probably more. Oh, we got little guys right here. Let's say hi. Hi, little guys. You gonna come at me? Oh, you're scared of the fire, it seems. I do not mind one bit. If I don't have to face you, I won't. Also, these guys will fly away if you get too close. Good thing to have with the bow is you can actually take them out with just regular old wood arrows, and then use those to get better ones. Yes, I hear you, deer. I don't know why the deers make those sounds. I am pretty sure I've never heard a deer squeal. I only do the weird honking. Yeah, that's something. Where are we going? Just kind of traveling in any random direction, seeing if I can find some boar. If I do, amazing. If not, we can always find other things. And sometimes other things are just as fascinating. What are you? Another place with another chest. Love it. All right. A little bit of bounty here and there. I do recommend actually, whenever you go around, if you do find things like dandelion, they're pretty bountiful. You pick them up randomly. They do actually help with healing in the future. So I definitely recommend picking those guys up. There's also in the Black Forest, once we get there, another flower that is a key ingredient to healing. Got our berries. You can never get enough berries, honestly. Personally, really enjoy raspberries. I'm a big fan of actually black raspberries. Black raspberries are pretty dope. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think raspberry, black raspberry? If you want artificial blue raspberry. There's also golden raspberries, which I think are really, really awesome. Nice mix of everything. I don't know why I did that. You know what? Make sure that that's all gone. I'm pretty sure when you do destroy these, you don't get wood. It's just too destroyed. You can, however, if you build a workbench nearby, you can actually fix these guys up and build a town and restore it, which would be cool. Not something that I don't think I'm going to do that in this playthrough, but you can totally do that in your own playthroughs, kind of restore things to its former glory. Nothing wrong with that. Who needs a city builder when you can build it in Valheim? Come on, Mr. Boar. I know, I know. You don't like fire, so you don't want to hit me. Here, what if I put the fire away? Will you come to me? Thank you. Okay, what do we have for... Oh, we only have 3? What the heck? I'm sure we have a couple more at home. And if we do, that's fantastic. I think we need a total of 8 to make our bow, which I can't see because we're not actually crafting. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. All the yawns. Any plants we want to collect? Hi, Mr. Boar. Yes. I am very sorry. Cool thing that you can actually do with these guys is if you find them at a decent distance from your home or closer, you can actually bring them back and you can start farming them. If I'm not mistaken, they will naturally reproduce. Once you have 2 of them, make multiple, and then you can kill them off and have just a constant food source. You can also, if you want, ooh, is this, haha. Great Dwarf means only one thing. I'm gonna get my butt kicked, but also, yeah, we are at the edge of a black forest. I do want to fight any of these guys. The one with the green eyes is a shaman. He's the one that's going to heal and poison. So heal us, poison them. Or sorry, rather, wrong way around. That'd be amazing. He poisons us, heals them. Whereas with the one with the red eyes, he's a brute. He's nice, big, strong, and hits like a truck. So I think this is where we skedaddle. While we can, at the very least. These guys are a fan of just going after you no matter what, though. Yeah. So we're going to just go straight, see if we can lose them as fast as possible. One of the good things about adventuring as well, even if you get stuck with these nice little trains, is you get experience. I personally want to take out probably this guy. He's the one that seems to be the little... Oh, yeah. And first death. First official death in the game. Got a couple things that happen now. First off, luckily, if it decides to load, I feel cold. Luckily, we do spawn back at our place where we put our bed. If we hadn't done that, we would have spawned back at the original spawn. Each time you struck down, you forget a small part of your abilities and drop your belongings. Yeah, so basically, all the stuff that you level up as you go and do things, those will be brought down. I think it's around like 5 points in them. If you wish you were home now, I'd recommend building a bed wherever home may be. Yes, luckily we did have a bed, so we don't need to worry about that part. But yeah, effectively, we now have to go back to there. There's going to be a straight shot this way. Hopefully there's no big bodies of water that are in our way. Once we kill the first boss, it's going to make it a lot easier to do this running and sprinting around. Sadly, it is nighttime. I could, if I wanted to, sleep and get, you know what, that's what we'll do. We'll get this this day going already. It's dark enough. All right. Oh yeah, we need a fire. All right, never mind then. In order to actually sleep, a fire is required. Fires are awesome because they do get rid of that cold as well as wet. If you're close enough to a fire, it'll automatically get rid of wet a lot quicker. And then I think depending on how you build the house and how well it's built, you actually get a thing. I think it is well rested or something like that, where you actually get bonuses to your damage, health, etc., stamina regen, because of how nice your home is and how comfortable you are in it. I think it is actually comfortable. Comfortable 1 through 5, I think. Oh, come on. Oh, that's a pain. And we're in the Black Forest. Okay, so that's why you're here. Awesome. Hello, Hugin. Yes, you have wandered into Black Forest. It can be very dangerous for those that prepared for it. Prove your worth by slaying something. Eikthyr, I think is what he said. But yeah, definitely not a place you want to be in early game. It gets very scary very quickly, and you have a lot of enemies in here. But you do have deer on the other side, which is nice. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Deer. Also, another thing with the Black Forest, if I'm not mistaken, daytime is not a thing. I think it is just kind of like a faded. Oh no, that is incorrect. I'm pretty sure there is daytime. It is still a little foggy. The lack of day is in a different biome that we will get to eventually. All right. One of the things that I do like about this game too is it does leave a death marker for you. If you can see, it's right there. And it will have your name. So for example, if you are playing with other people, this game is multiplayer. If you wish, you can set up a server, have as many people as you like on it. But we got Fergus here. In the event that you have a full inventory, when you go to try to pick it up, it will open up the inventory. If you don't have a full inventory like I just did, I just completely empty, it will just place everything back to where it was. If there's some mismatching going on, it's probably because it wasn't quite empty when you picked it up. That's okay. I personally would make sure to have an empty or close to empty one when you pick it up if you're going to be dying often. We already read that one. Is there anything else of interest? Or do we just go roaming around for more boar? Possibly some deer. Oh, we got another stone. Looks like we got an open area over there. Hear these words of Ulf, poor settler in a strange land. You will find here good stone and wood. All you need to build a house. You'll need to craft a roof to keep out the rain. Then you'll need walls to stop the roof from falling down. Finally, you must have a door or it'll be much harder to go in and out. Yep, that does make sense. These things Ulf has learned for himself. Now he writes them on this stone to help others. Pray to Odin for his soul. Ulf, I pray to you. I pray that your belly is full, tidings are strong, and you live a long life in Valheim. Or make your way to Valhalla once defeating all the enemies. More berries. Alright. Oh, also, one of the good things is these fish are catchable. You can catch fish. You just need a fishing rod or not like that. I believe there are certain ways to catch fish without even using fish rod, I think. If you have a boat, you're on the boat and they're swimming around you and they're close enough, you should be able to pick them up out of the water. But fishing rod is the way to go. And I think the fishing rod comes from later in the game. In the Black Forest, though, it isn't too far in the game, but it does happen later. Let us start kind of figuring out the edges of our land. Once we figure that out, ooh, gold star deer. Let's see if we can get them. We probably won't be able to. One of these things that these guys do is if they are stuck, they will actually actively run into the water to get away from you, and that will cause them to die out in the water, and then their stuff is stuck in the water forever. But luckily, this one isn't as bright as the star presented it. And with that, we have a bunch of deer hide and deer meat, which is amazing. And a deer trophy. Ooh, that is big. That means we officially now have enough heads to summon Eikthyr, summon the first boss. The problem with that is we are nowhere ready for the first boss. Still a lot to do. But I think this is where we're going to leave it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Thanks for coming in and stopping by the nest. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, let me know how we're doing, any tips and tricks on how to survive and what I should focus on next if you've played the game. If not, thanks for joining along the ride. Take care.